Now, tomorrow is the 70th anniversary of Victory in Europe Day, with many events taking place across the region. For those who were alive at the time, it was, and still is, an emotional day.
Well, among those being remembered are the American servicemen, many of whom were based here in the East. And school children are also learning about the significance of the historic day. Tiny Mercer has our report.
This was the British people's finest day.
Victory in Europe Day. The celebrations that ended 6 years of bloodshed and war. More than 1 million people celebrated in the streets. For this group, memories of the day are still vivid.
Oh, we all celebrated it, didn't we? When we all sort of gathered in. I think our mum and dad ran outside in the garden and shouted.
I think we all seemed to accumulate together in the village.
There was a feeling of relief that the war was over.
David was just 7 years old. He lived down the road from RAF Lavenham.
There was a street party in our end of the village, because I remember the people what lived in that end, they had a huge bonfire and we all sort of went around it and sang some songs and things like that. There was a feeling of relief. They'd no longer got all this tension of how they were going to survive one day to the next.
And 70 years on from that day, there will be celebrations once again in Lavenham. At the old airfield, they're unveiling a plaque to mark the 70 years and to remember the thousands of members of the US Air Force who were based here.
It was an incredibly important day because wherever you were, on the airbase or in Lavenham, it must have been a very, very exciting time. You know, this celebration seemed to be a perfect opportunity to put a plaque on there to celebrate VE Day, but also something that said thank you from the people of Lavenham to the people who were stationed here.
Here at the Airmen's Bar at the Swan, where members of the 487th Bomb Group used to drink and sign their names on the wall, relatives are returning to remember the role played by the Allies.
Someone from the 487th Bomb Group has signed the wall here.
One of them is Lee, who's come all the way from New England. His father, 2nd Lieutenant Max Hauenstein, was a pilot with the US Air Force.
He loved to fly, but to be flying and to be shot at, and they were shot down by a German jet late in the war, the intensity of that short period of time is just huge.
So VE Day must have been extraordinary.
To know that that was over. You know, that they wouldn't have to go through that again, wouldn't have to fly any more missions.